Hey guys, I just wanted to show you real quick my workflow when it comes to batch editing in Photoshop. I don't know if this is what everybody does, but this is what works for me. I've never done one of these videos before, so bear with me. So normally I would go into Lightroom and cull first, do any of my basic edits, and then export into the folder I want the images to be in. And then in Photoshop, I'll open up an image from the folder. And I start by creating an action that I want to run on the entire set. And I create these under my own batch editing folder that I created down here. As you can see, I've got a bunch of stuff in here already, but we're going to create a new one so that I can show you. So all you're going to do is click on the new action. I'm going to label this one test. And this is going to go into my batch editing. I don't want it to go into any of the other folders of actions I have here. I use greater than Gatsby a lot. I love their actions. It makes my life easier, and I'm all about that. So right now we're recording, as you can see with the red button down there. I'm just going to run like two super random ones so you can see the difference. So I'm going to run this. We're going to play the action. It's going to record it. And then we'll do one more. What do we want? This isn't necessarily what I would do with this image, but I just want to show you guys. Let's go with this one. And then you can change your opacity to some of these if you don't want them to be as intense. And when you're happy with it, so this is the before and after. When you're happy with it, you're going to save. If I push the button, save it as a JPEG. I want it to replace the image, so I label it with the same. I'm going to save that, replace it. Now you need to wait until it saves completely before you stop recording your action. So now that we've finished with the action, I'm going to push stop. And what I do from here is I go back into the folder. And I'm going to move this one to a new folder because it's already edited and I don't want to edit it again. So I always create a new folder, move what's already edited. If I did any sneak peeks, I'll move those as well at the same time. And then I'm going to go through and run that batch on the rest of these images real quick. I'll show you what that looks like. Close this out. Open. So we're in the next image. We'll go to File, Automate Batch. So we want it to play from my batch editing, and the action that we're going to play is the test. Choose the folder that you want your images to come from, which we're going to do the batch edit test. Choose, and then choose the folder that you want it to save to, which is the same. This is what I have selected. I don't know if it's right, but it works for me. So I've got coming from batch edit test, going to batch edit test. I want it to save the document name. If you wanted it to save as a copy, then you would just go to the second line and put copy. But I don't. I want it to override the current image. And then once I push OK, it's going to start batch editing that. So now at this point, I would go back into Lightroom and work on my next session, or I would go do my dishes or whatever I wanted to do. I do like to go in and watch it batch edit sometimes so I can see the difference. Like this one you'll see. It's moving kind of fast right now. You'll see that. So that's the edited version. So now that's already done. It edited all three of those with that same action set. Then I would go in and include a black and white copy of each two. So I'm going to go back in. I'm going to take this original one that I edited back over here so that it also goes in black and white. I'm going to open. I already have, I'm not going to show you an action, making the new action for my black and white. I'm just going to run it. So I would go to File, Automate Batch. We're coming from batch editing, and I'm going to choose, this is my favorite black and white. I've already got my folder selected, And this time, instead of overwriting the image, I'm going to save them as black and white. And that's going to put all my files in black and white. And I'll show you as I come through. So my computer is doing all the work for me right now. Now it's running slow. There it is. So that's the black and white version, color version, and it's going to do that for every single one of these images. And like I said, at this point, I would be going through and doing whatever else I needed to get done while this was doing its thing. There's the next one. This has saved me a ton of time with editing. I hope it helps you guys. Let me know if you have any questions.